What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, here as always with my co-hosts, John, Luke, and Josh. And as you can tell, we are joined by a very special guest today. We've got Scott Simpson, a.k.a. Nimble with Numbers, Nimble W Numbers on Twitter. You know him, you love him. I'm probably not introducing any of you to him for the first time. But Scott, how's it going, man?
Simon, thank you so much for having me on. I am so excited. John Luke talked to me about this months ago, and it sounded like so much fun, interactive, going back and forth with people. You're chopping it up about, the draft, and then I have to work
on each other.
I have to work every single day at 3 o'clock, and I'm just like, damn it, I can never come on. So this is my first day off of work. I am now on long-term leave until August, until I have to go back to school in the fall. So the first day, John Luke DM me like, hey, whenever. I was like, today, right now.
I was like, the next time you're off work, you're coming on the show, and he goes, well, I'm off work all the time now, and I was like, well, then the next day, I was like, you're coming on.
It was meant to be. It was meant to be. Let's go. I'm happy to have you, Scott, too.
Dream come true.
Thanks, Josh. I'm excited. I got behind me, or I'm behind my screen over here. I got the big board pulled up. I see you're number one. You got the first pick. We got, Swamp Nolan number 2. I'm excited. I picked 5th because this is a little known fact. Johnny 5 saved my life. So, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to, it was a heroic act. He gave his life for me, but that's why I always pick 5.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow.
There you go. We'll see if it pays off. I know everyone's excited to draft with you. See if they can top your team. If you've got a specific strategy going into it. JL today is not going to be drafting. He's going to be commentating on it while we're going through, giving his opinion, his insights, making sure everyone's up to date on what's going on the draft board. Probably giving away a bunch of my picks too. If someone else grabs it, but
I've just realized I made a big mistake. I should have had my sunglasses on. I should have been just like Scott. I'm so mad now.
I thought about it. I saw Scott with his. I was like, should I go grab my sunglasses real fast?
I've made a mistake.
We could all do it.
Scott, you'll have to come back, and we may or may not all be wearing sunglasses next time.
Well, you know what? I could do this like every week now. I'm not even kidding. I could be your Monday guest every week and just come and mess with you guys and do a little series if you wanted to. Because my wife's not home on Monday. My kids aren't home. Like, I did all the chores in the morning, and now I'm fantasy footballing until like 12 o'clock at night. So
no takebacks. Locked in. You guys heard it here first. Okay. We have a new permanent Monday guest. We got some people in the chat saying, hey, what's up, Jason? Welcome in. Bird up, Kev. And he wants to know his NBA here. And then NBA says, yikes, I missed the mock draft again. Yeah, guys, they're filling up quick now. So if you guys want a spot right whenever I throw it in the Discord channel, if you got notifications on, I'll always tag everyone, do at everyone, and you guys can secure a spot in the draft. Jay's in here trying to make Front Yard Fam. There you go. You better with that, JL, instead of FY Fam. You are muted, but we'll come back to what's up, NBA.
Yes. I like that. More rolls off the tongue. I don't know who you muted me. That was a bit.
What about this? What about FYFM?
What?
Yeah.
It sounds like a terrible radio station.
All right.
We'll tune in to FYFM.
That's in there, man. Like, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to say it all one time, and then it's going to be a bad order.
Yeah.
Scott, you're getting some love in the chat. Roto Heat Sully coming in here. Stacks is cool AF. Happy Monday.
Well,
good afternoon.
So it doesn't mean as much.
Good afternoon, Anthony. Welcome in. And Z2 is in on the Twitch burner. Scotty 2 Hottie. Kev making sure we got the bird up. What's up, Swamp? Glad to have you in here today. Usually you're at work. I feel like this is a rare treat we're getting today. Swamp not at work, getting the draft
veggie
with
sub.
us.
Swamp, please deliver to my house right now. Veggie sub. No mayo.
In jail, I'm assuming Z2 is talking some trash. I haven't looked at your bracket, but
it's
if he
not
says,
good, Bob. Not
if he
great.
says how's your bracket, JL, I assume he's talking some smack.
Not great, Bob.
He can
I went from middle of the pack to the butt real quick.
I haven't looked at mine in like 12 hours. I'm kind of nervous.
I
feel like I'm right there above JL. Yeah,
I think you're tied with me.
That makes a lot of sense.
My girlfriend picked her bracket. I'm doing okay, but my champion got knocked out, Oklahoma State. My girlfriend picked her bracket exclusively on what her favorite jerseys were, okay? So her championship is Oregon versus Loyola Chicago, and it's like she's doing better than I am. Like hers is now possible, and mine no longer is with Oklahoma State, Colorado. So maybe she knows something I don't.
Yeah,
JL wants to know.
Can I say something? All women know something we do not. I'm just gonna.
Not just one thing.
Yeah. Oh, right. There's so many things that we do not. So
yeah,
just keep that in mind all the time.
I guarantee you, growing up, the smartest kid in your class was not a boy.
We don't know shit.
And it wasn't me.
Nick says, sub Josh, JL, Simon, and Scott. He's including everyone today. Usually he singles
special.
out one or two people. And that Iowa loss did hurt a lot of people. Guys, we've got a whole mock draft to get through, 12 rounds. The board is full. JL's got a round of bottom golf to play right after this. So we need to get through the draft quickly so that he doesn't miss out on his tee time.
Hole in one, baby.
Brady says, JL, Simon, we got to address the elephant in the room. Our board is Sean is in a tough spot off my board.
I was glad no one had brought it up until this point.
Yeah, here's where I stand on it. We don't know all the information. If it's true, Deshaun has been one of my favorite athletes ever, but fuck him. If it's true, men need to be held accountable for actions like that. Sorry. That kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. And I hope it's not, but if it is, Deshaun needs to be held accountable for each and every single one of those actions.
Yeah.
If it's not, hopefully that'll come to light as well. But I'm just waiting for more information.
One thing I really can't stand is like the constant, like everyone giving their judgment on these like off field issues, like way before stuff is known, one way or whatever. Like it's not our job as analysts to figure that stuff out. It's not fun to talk about. Like these are much bigger issues than fantasy football. But it's not, we don't have all the information. That's someone else's job to figure all that stuff out. And all we can do is work with the information we have now. And, at this point, it seems like pretty early on in the investigation or whatever. And so like, we just got to see how it plays out. I agree with Simon though, at the end of the day.
Swamp says Scotty looks cool, but imagine how much cooler he would look if he was chewing bubble gum.
It would sound terrible.
Yeah.
And that would be like a mic issue. Like that would
drive me nuts.
I'd have to turn myself down between chews. So it would just be kind of this. It'd be terrible. It would be, but maybe it would look cool.
Yeah.
Scott, you look cool enough. Believe me. I think you're covering the coolness levels.
Wait, can I show you this shirt real quick by Dynasty Rewind? This is ridiculous. Shout out those guys over there. My guy Michael Bauer sent me this, and it's ridiculous. I've gotten so much amazing gear for being in the fantasy football community. I love it. I'm going to get out my gear soon enough. I got stuff going on, but man, the gear is
hand deliver gear to you. I don't even have to
send when we finally make our bottom golf shirt, we'll make sure to get you a copy of it.
That
double
thing
X,
is
baby.
double X bottom golf.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys think that whoever's listening on the other end of Pete Carroll's headphones is just like, shut the hell up, stop chewing that gum?
Is he even chewing gum, or is he just like smacking away, at the lips?
It's just like a piece of a tire.
He's just chewing on his own mouth.
Oh.
Guys, before we get into the mock draft, we got to get started soon. There's one big free agent signing over the weekend that I'd really like to discuss a little bit, and that is Kenny Golladay signing with the
New Giants.
That's about says it right. Yeah.
There you go. With the New York Football Giants. Scott, we'll go to you first. What do you think about this free agent signing? What does it mean for the Giants or Kenny G?
So I think, and I've seen this take about, bantered about, so it's not like I'm coming up with it myself, and I agree with this take when I saw it. I think it's better for the Giants than it is for fantasy, kind of like big picture. I think you'll have games where Golladay is very successful, and then the Giants, they ebb and flow as a team. And so I think his catch radius is ridiculous. His hands are ridiculous. His downfield, his ability to separate, his ability to do contested catches is great. And Daniel Jones does have actually pretty good numbers downfield when you get past 20 yards. I think he was ranked first last year in the amount of completions he had down there. So there is some optimization, but the Giants, man, oh my gosh, I don't see them as consistently. What you want to hear is he's going to take over. And he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver. I don't see that. I see him potentially every week could be there, but then he could get, just fall into Daniel Jones getting sacked 3 times, fumbling twice, and just the normal malaise of how the Giants seasons go, and they end up, sub 500. So if they're sub 500, he's not going to, I don't think he'll be a top 12 wide receiver. I think if he's doing well and Daniel Jones is doing well, then the Giants are going to do well. I think that's a litmus test, and they're not going to do well. So
Yeah, I think you broke that down perfectly. I love the point about Daniel Jones, deep throws and his accuracy. Andrew Erickson, who has been on the show, if you caught that stream a couple Fridays ago, posted some stats. He says Jones' tight window throw rate, which is 22%, is tied for the 4th highest in the league. He also posted the 3rd best grade and highest passer rating, 132.5, on throws of 20 plus yards in 2020. And so that's, I think that there's validity to that argument. And yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly.
NBA seems to think that Danny Dimes with this addition is a top 12 QB this season for sure. And is happy with the talent they've got there at QB, wide receiver, running back, and tight end. We'll see if they can put it together.
Wait. Tight end? Wait. They said tight end.
Evan Ingram.
Hold on. How about you? That's serviceable, but you got. I mean, Kyle Rudolph is a good blocking tight end. I mean, he's a big man. He can push off in the end zone to catch touchdowns in playoff games. It's great, but I don't think they don't have a formidable tight end crew. You shouldn't feel
piecing
great.
It together.
Yeah, it's not great. There's a bunch of better tight ends in that division. So that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I agree. I think every year we get excited about what Evan Ingram could be while completely ignoring what he has been consistently throughout his entire career. And I do it every year as well. Like I'm not immune from this. Every year I'm like, yeah, but have you seen his flashes? And I'm just ready for the full season to get put together. And every year I have a wasted roster spot that I oftentimes end up dropping for a streamer or something.
You went to high school with him?
I did go to high school with Evan Ingram. Yeah, he graduated a couple years after me. Him and Kenyon Drake were at my high school at the same time.
Wow.
I can tell it was Parker or you, but I guess you guys went to the same school.
We went to the same high school, so it was me and Parker.
Wow.
Well,
okay, guys.
Find his hands.
Guys, today we are doing a 2021 PPR redraft mock draft. I know a lot of us are in the dynasty mindset, but it's good to flex those redraft muscles from time to time. And especially a lot of this free agent news is starting to come in. We've got a better idea of where these players are going to land, what it's going to look like for next year. So this is the perfect time to do some early offseason mock draft recap. Jay said I was talking to JL when the news broke with some
he just
eyes.
Ripped his shirt off. Like I laughed so hard. I just didn't expect someone on Google Meet it was like happened all so fast. It's like Kenny Golladay to the Giants, and then boom, Jay's there with his shirt off.
That's hilarious.
I like that. I love I told him he has to do it on stream now.
By the way, his name's G-Man Jay, aka a fan of the Giants Jay.
Yeah. He doesn't just rip off his shirt for any old news.
No.
I rip off my shirt every time there's a free agent signing. My shirt comes off 100% of the time. And if it's for the Browns, the pants are coming off too.
Rashard Higgins signed.
Okay, guys. If you guys are ready, I'm going to go ahead and start this draft. Josh, you've got the number 1 overall pick. You usually don't draft from that spot, so I'm excited to see what you do. But again,
I think I had this pick, so I'm excited too.
Before we go in, I will go through the roster construction. It's 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. And then we're going to be drafting 4 bench spots. This would probably be a slightly longer draft if it was real, but we are time constrained, so it is 12 rounds. That's how we're doing it here. It makes more sense for redraft than when we do our dynasty startup mocks for 12 rounds. But 12 rounds is perfect for a redraft mock. You ready, Josh? You're going to be on the clock
I'm ready.
as soon as I hit this button.
It's a really tough pick, guys. I don't know who I'm going to pick. I mean, it's gonna bother me all day. It happened. I don't.
Whoa.
Okay.
CMC theories.
Going fast and furious now. Holy shoot. Holy fucking shoot.
I think you said this was your first redraft mock of the offseason. Is that correct?
This is mine. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. Is this Superflex or not?
Not Superflex.
No. I wrote a poem mocking people who are doing mock drafts, and I made every single line end in "och," and so there was a lot of
mock draft.
And mock and talk, and I didn't repeat any of the ox. Everybody was getting crocked. So it was good. It was good because I saw one day that here's me. No, this is just so easy. So I saw my man Nick Urkelone from the Big Dogs Gotta Eat. He said he finished up 50 mocks. I was like, that's crazy. That's nothing. Right? Maybe it was Michael. One of those guys was like, just did a bunch of mocks, like 50. And I thought, you know what? The sands of the NFL are going to shift so much. I know it's just good practice.
You see it, yeah.
But
you get to see the trends.
I can't do 50. Like that's
that's absurd.
Any more than 48 is absurd.
Yeah.
Right. Do 1 or 2 a week or 2 or 3 a week. Have a goal just so you can you want the pulse. That's what you want.
Yeah.
You want the pulse. I get that. I love the pulse. But doing 50 right now or 2 3 weeks ago, I mean, free agents weren't even signed, and there was 50, 70 more. I love those guys, by the way. And
they're awesome.
But it inspired me to make fun of everybody who is just like mocking.
I'm going to talk to Nick right after this stream. I'm getting.
Don't tell him.
I'm going to make fun of it. I'm going to tell him that you made fun of him.
No,
on air.
No. He told me I'm not allowed to be his friend again until my beard grows back. So he said that in the clubhouse.
That's fair.
Anthony's got another rhyme word there for you for your mock poem.
Yeah.
He wants to know what's happening.
All right, so we had Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Devontae Adams at the 1-5, Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, and Alvin Kamara.
Is that a running back tier break for you, Scott? Is that why you went Devontae Adams right there?
Yeah, that is my tier break. It's right there. I would have gone Derrick Henry. That's what I wanted to get if he had slid. So whoever, G-Man J, son of a gun. No, yeah.
He just took his shirt off when he got Derrick Henry.
Well, he wanted to take one.
Simon, you're up.
He did. He really
know.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's going to get Kenny Galladay here at the 209. I guarantee you he's going to draft him there if he doesn't get drafted.
Oh, my God.
I know he will. Watch him. He's going to do it.
I hope not.
You guys know I love taking credit for things that that probably have nothing to do with me, but I like seeing Saquon go in a little early. You know, Toby's been in here, listened to us. And I've usually been seeing a lot of good value on Saquon, but honestly, that's where I would take him too.
That's where he deserves to go.
Freaking Jason he knew I wanted Travis Kelce. He's done enough mocks here that's what I was going to grab right there. So I'm going to have to shift. But guys, if you're enjoying this mock draft so far, you want to go back and watch some of our other ones. We do them every Monday. They are on our YouTube channel. That is at Front Yard Fantasy. Please subscribe over there. It helps us out so much. And then you can go back and check out all of our awesome content. We're also on Twitch, Front Yard Fantasy there as well. And now Scott's going to be on every single Monday. He fully committed nonstop. So you'll get more Scott as well if you tune in. I've got 17 seconds to make my pick.
Yep. Dry or wet, Scott will be here.
I just cut my hair real quick too, guys. It was down to the buzzer. I just ran and did a bunch of hair.
While Simon was talking?
No, before the show. I was in the shower at 52 and I ran down by like 52.
I do that.
I was about to say
day.
that's the JL move. He'll text us at like 157 or 257.
Just hopping in the shower.
I don't normally do that. I just got carried away with my freedom and I was like, oh shoot, it's 2:32. I gotta go cut my hair. So.
Dave says he's got Saquon at 2.
Honestly,
Dalvin Cook, I'd rather have him.
I'm okay with that. Totally. I think I would probably take Dalvin Cook, but I'm okay with it.
Dalvin Cook's so much safer probably, but I love Saquon.
All right, so we had.
Do I cut my own hair? Yes, I've been cutting it since my dad nipped my ear when I was like 12, and so my dad was just he is still like a spastic kind of guy who's just kind of like and so he's cutting my hair when I'm a little kid, and he cuts the bottom of my ear, and just like blood's everywhere. I'm like, never again, Dad, you're out, never again. And so I started cutting my own hair with the plug-in buzzers, and pandemic hit. I've just never looked better because I've been doing this for so long that everybody else is like, I can't get to the barber. And I'm just like, you're like, I go upstairs. I just cut my own hair whenever I want. So I can't cut anybody else's hair. Not at all.
It's just your own thing. How do you get
it's because I'm doing it myself.
Your back neckline must be a mess.
Right now it is, but normally my wife comes in and she'll trim and like be all edge. Yeah. But I can feel around and do the back so that it at least is all buzzed the right fade, but then she's got to clean up the neck because the neck's not that great. So here's the thing. I wanted to get a
yes.
That's why I was wondering if you go wide receiver here, what will the back end look like for you for running back?
This is what mock drafts are for.
Yes, this is and now I feel like someone's just kicked me in the stones. So oh my gosh. I don't even know where to pivot right now. Am I a football player? Am I a fan? I'm in a fantasy. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going Denny Carter.
Double wide receiver right there.
Denny Carter's on the board.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you wanted a running back there, right? You wanted DeAndre Swift.
I wanted Swift. That's exactly who I was. No, it's Tyler.
Freaking Tyler.
I think that Tyler, I found out over the weekend that we we both have like our favorite musicians are the same. And I've never felt more close to someone in my life. It's very intimate.
Who's the musician?
It's Anthony Green from a band called Circus Survive.
I'm gonna have to look them up later.
So they're not they're not well enough known that like everyone would know them, but like their fans are super, and they're pretty big. Like it's not like they're nobody, but when we talk about New Girl a lot on the show, I randomly one day after it was like the last season of New Girl, I realized that Nick Miller had a Circus Survive poster in his room. Completely changed the way I viewed him as a character. Like, oh my god! Like he likes this band. Like that adds so much depth to this character. Nothing's the same.
Vincent loves throwing this take in here. Cam Akers will be a top 5 RB this year. He's back. He's just reminding us. Vincent wants to make sure we do not forget.
Rounds. He goes through all the YouTube channels. He's just like,
he's like, I'm just joking with y'all.
Extra.
No, I don't hate that take. I'm not projecting him as a top 5 guy, but is it in the range of outcomes? Absolutely.
You might convince me after like 10 more weeks, Vincent. You might just change my mind.
Scott, how do you view Cam Akers going into next season?
I don't think I'm going to take him as early as he went, but here's the thing about it is that your second round pick is your second round pick. Like that's the guy you got at that position. It might be at the 201 or the 212. It doesn't matter. Like that's the pick. So, but I think I would rather have Swift, and Antonio Gibson. I think I've been looking at them. I don't know. That's particularly Swift. They're going to suck. So, their defense is going to, the fourth quarter for him, if you have an over-under bet.
A lot of catches.
On receptions in the fourth quarter for that guy, like hammer that if you can find some stupid book who makes that line. Because he's just they're going to be losing by so many points.
Yeah.
So
I've been worried about Swift for that exact reason. It's just like, what is that team even going to look like?
Yeah.
He's going to get fed, though, in my opinion.
Yeah. You're worried about your team here, Scott?
I'm worried about my team right now because the running backs are just not what I want as my RB1 in this situation. And then I look over at the wide receivers and they're just like, oh my God. I mean, look at them,
In one round, it's going to be like Rashad Penny and Royce Freeman are going to be our options. That's how these mocks go for some reason.
Oh, I know. And I wanted Justin Jefferson too, which I didn't get.
So I'm going to recap the second round real quick. We had Cam Akers, DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Brown, Darren Waller, Austin Eckler, Antonio Gibson, DeAndre Swift, Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, Miles Sanders, Calvin Ridley, and to cap it all off, Josh took George Kittle. I like it.
I smacked my phone down by accident, but I'm happy to get him there.
Yeah, you're feeling very emotional about it.
Yeah.
I feel it's pretty early for Darren Waller, no?
That's a little early for Waller.
Are you taking Waller or Kittle in redraft, Scott?
I'm going to go Waller because I think there's more consistency in the targets per game. Kittle is not schemed dependent, but I said the other day on my show that Bill Belichick and Kyle Shanahan remind me of each other because they'll look at a team's weakness and they'll be like, we're just going to throw to Kittle 87 times in the middle of the field because they don't know how to cover it. But that doesn't work every game. And so the next game, they might be like, we're going to keep him in and we're going to just have him block the hell out of that, the end who can't deal with him or the edge linebacker who's not big enough. And so they'll look for any advantage they can. And that just kind of caps the weekly consistent value. I think I'd rather have Hawkinson than Kittle myself, but
okay, that's good to know. That's very surprising.
In redraft, not just in Dynasty, you'll take Hawkinson over Kittle.
I would take Hawkinson this year in redraft over Kittle right now.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
that's crazy to me. But I know that's their opinion.
But it's close. It's like right there. But I just don't see Kittle's awesome. He's like the best football player at his position, maybe at his position. But because of that, he blocks a lot. And he is not running as many routes as some of the other tight ends. So, but when he does get the ball, when he is getting schemed, he's getting 47 points. So, like for me, this is the lens I look at players through now. It's more DFS, and so I love Kittle in DFS, and I'm going to be on him as soon as he drops. As soon as like the stock market, I'm waiting for him to get to a certain position. I'm like, now you hammer your Kittle because if he does get up and he does get that big 38-point game, anyway, Kelsey's the answer to all.
I'm
this.
interested, really less in your take on Kittle, but more on your take on Hawkinson. Like, there must be something that you just absolutely love there, right?
Jared Goff is not great at football.
What?
And
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I had a fire tweet that has Jared Goff and then 3 pictures of Ryan Gosling, and they all look like deconstructing golf more as they go down to like, and then I spelled a fucking word wrong in the tweet, and like a couple people had liked it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had to delete it the other day. It just made me so Rick, as we say, just so angry. And I'm gonna tweet it again. But here's the thing about the Lions: they're gonna be terrible. Hawkinson is their red zone. That is their red zone right there. Last year, he got targets all over the field. Marvin Jones was number 1 wide receiver when Galladay wasn't there, but he was right there with him. And so I just love him because I don't like the other guys. Perriman, okay, he's good enough. Cephas, okay, whatever. Hawkinson is the man there, and I think they're gonna. And I think he's a kneecap eater. I think that's the kind of guy he is. I think he goes out and eat kneecaps. So
he's gonna love Todd Gurley's meatball knees. He's gonna eat those meatball knees up.
So.
See, I love Hawkinson, but that's just one hell of a take. I'm glad you explained it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
We got Jordan in the chat saying, hey, what's up, Scott? Simon, the Josh kid is okay at pole perception, and JL, hey, I guess. How's it going, Jordan?
What's up, Jordan?
Welcome in.
Bring myself team as always, Jordan.
And Fantasy Football Hustler saying, what's going on, guys? What's up? Vincent had a trade question for us.
Glad to see you here.
He wants to know if trading Deshaun Watson for Saquon Barkley in a 2-quarterback dynasty league is a good move right now.
Oh, no. Can't do it right now.
Their startup value isn't that far off.
It's not. Yeah. And the legal stuff does worry me a little bit, but I don't think even if like worst case scenario, all this stuff is true and he does get suspended, I don't think it means like he's out of the league or anything. I think that he'll still be around.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd be tempted to sit and wait, but there is the chance you completely miss the opportunity to trade Deshaun. That's a realistic possibility also. What's your risk tolerance?
And what's your team look like, right?
That too. That's honestly probably the biggest thing that's going to sway the opinion there in a 2 QB league.
But Deshaun Watson probably does have a little bit more value inherently. I mean, if we get rid of all these
other stuff,
rumors and other stuff off the field issues, Deshaun Watson's getting taken before Saquon, but it's really close. So, they have pretty even value. I might make a move like that personally.
Real quick, I'm gonna recap round 3. We had J.K. Dobbins, Chris Godwin, Justin Jefferson, Joe Mixon at the 3-4, Julio Jones, Terry McLaurin, Michael Thomas, Josh Jacobs, Najee Harris, first rookie, James Robinson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Allen Robinson at the 3-12.
What do you guys think about Najee going there ahead of guys like James Robinson, CEH, Chris Carson, before we even know his landing spot? Too early, too late?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
No, it's probably a little early. There's some other guys I'd rather have, but I think when redraft for leagues come around, when we're actually redrafting people, he'll probably end up in a very similar spot, maybe late 3rd, early 4th. So maybe higher in the right position.
Depending on the right spot.
Yeah.
Anthony had a point earlier that we didn't get to touch on during the Swift conversation that I wanted to bring up. He wants to know, wouldn't Jamal Williams get a lot of those catches late in the game? What do you guys? Are you worried about Jamal Williams eating into Swift's receiving role?
No,
not really. I think it'll be similar to Aaron Jones.
Both players at times, I'm sure. I mean, you can't keep the running back in the whole game.
Yeah,
so there is going to be rotation. I mean, every time we watch every game, there's always rotation. But I don't think Jamal Williams is going to go in there and take 40% of his catches. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think you don't want Swift getting that much work. It's likely that he'll get an injury or something, bad will happen. So I think Jamal Williams is a perfect backup.
I'm still confident that Swift's the better pass catcher of the two. So
yes.
I don't know. I'm not that
Aaron Jones was still top tier running back, with Jamal Williams there. So
Yeah, I guess my biggest concern is just the team, Detroit, right? Can they get the ball moving? Jared Goff's not a great quarterback, right, Scott? Can they get? Are they have scoring opportunities even? You know, that's the biggest concern for Swift for me.
Yep,
guys. Sorry. Go ahead, Scott.
My biggest concern is my running back situation. Seeing that I wanted just to see what would happen if I passed on some of these guys. And I wanted David Montgomery to come back around to me. He did not. So I had to go.
Damn it, Brady.
Melvin Gordon. Oh,
that's a hot RB1 right
Oh,
there.
God, it's
a pile of RB1. But it's okay because I get my next RB because it'll make up for it.
With Philip Lindsay gone, that might help Melvin Gordon out a bit. And he actually had a decent season. I don't think people realize how good of a season Melvin Gordon had. Like, I'm not sitting here saying it was top tier, but he was fairly consistent. It was about on par with Kareem Hunt on like a points per game basis. Kareem Hunt's getting all the love for a killer season there in Cleveland. I think Melvin Gordon's just being left for dead. Might be a value in drafts next year.
I think it's 25th off the board here. So, like, if you can get Melvin Gordon at 25th, that's not terrible.
No,
I think I might take Kareem Hunt ahead of him.
I wanted to get him on the back end. I didn't. That was the other person that I was eyeing. You know, I do love Kareem. I had all Kareem. I had Kareem and Scott Fish. I had Kareem on my redraft team and my big money
too.
League. Every team had Kareem last year. I loved it.
I feel like Kareem was like a big reason Simon won a lot of our leagues this year. At least, had really good teams. It's just the value was insane.
Yeah, I drafted Kareem everywhere last season. I fully bought into them using 2 running backs, and it helped me in every single league last year.
You nailed it. All right, recap round 4. We got Chris Carson, Travis Etienne, not too far after Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, Patrick Mahomes, Adam Thielen, David Montgomery at the 4-6, Keenan Allen, Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb, Kareem Hunt, and Robert Woods, the 4-12.
If we were being honest, that Travis Etienne pick, I forgot it was my turn, panicked, saw Etienne, got excited because I love him and drafted him.
But then
there probably were other players I would have drafted instead of Etienne there, but I'm not mad about it. I think that's a reasonable place. We'll see what it looks like after the NFL draft, but pre-NFL draft, I'm fine with that spot.
What matters the most?
Josh,
I gotta ask you, Scott, real fast. And sorry, JL, but now, like just seeing how the drafts turned out, do you think you would change that Devontae Adams pick? Maybe. I'm just wondering.
No, but I think I would have changed the Julio Jones pick.
Okay.
And, maybe gone with Clyde Edwards-Helaire there.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that. I don't like Joe Mixon, but if Joe Mixon would have been available when he got to me there, I think I would have taken Joe Mixon there too. So this is the thing. It's all about dominoes. I mean, as soon as like one domino goes, it changes it. And I haven't done this yet. This is my first time, obviously. But this is the thing I know. There's more attrition in the running back position than any other starting fantasy player that you're going to have in your lineup. So it looks great now, but some of these running backs are going to get hurt. Rookies are going to jump in. It changes all the time. So like I was making fun of Denny Carter earlier. I tweeted out today my rules since I'm the stay-at-home mom now, I'm Mr. Mom. And one of my rules is tucked into the real rules was never 0 RB, like just never. And I like to make fun of it.
Oh, sorry. You're up, Scott. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to, sorry.
If you need me to pause it, I can pause it.
No, I can go. I can do this at the same time. And
not even sweating it.
No, not even sweating it.
Dave had a couple insights for us. Said Melvin Gordon underrated for next year, in my opinion. Dynasty stay away, but one more year I'm buying. And he loved the CD pick. Where did CD go?
You got by Z2.
410. Yeah, that seems like a value on CD. Vincent wants to come back to the other trade he was talking about. He's got Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert at QB.
Wow.
So he pulled the trigger. Okay. Yep. You know what? That makes perfect sense for your team.
I'm okay with that trade then.
That makes fantasy fun.
Honestly, I would see if I could get a little more for Deshaun, though. But I could see if you weren't able to with all the legal stuff.
Yeah, it's good, man. I like it. I like it.
DJ Moore in the 5th round. Man, it broke my heart what he did this year. I'm hoping for a bounce back season next year, but I know what'd you say? They need a quarterback
immediately.
Yeah. What do you think?
On the way, as Fitzmagic drove his car from Florida, they should have stopped him and been like, "Hey, come on in, Cracker Barrel.
I agree.
Come on in. This is great here. Just come on and enjoy. Come on, hey, Panthers.
Absolutely.
I
love Fitzpatrick.
Right. What's going on, guys?
Hold on.
He did just give up his 2 cojones. To
Oh,
Tua.
it's inside
Found
out.
Oh,
Josh is like, look at my blue shirt.
I love it.
Has
is
that been on the
amazing.
floor since Friday?
No, it's on my futon that's right next to me, sir.
Futon hamper.
It's on my futon. I have a futon right here, and it's not used as a futon. I would say it's more used as a
laundry
table.
bin. Yeah,
Yeah,
storage.
laundry bin / table / desk. You know,
Yeah. Anytime you got like a sofa or chair in your bedroom, it's 100% always used as storage or a closet.
That's what I got. I got my nice bag on there. I got some pens, my ties, my shirts.
All the shirts that don't quite fit yet, but you're hoping will.
I'm working out. I'm growing in.
Josh, I'm liking your team. We talk about it, I feel like every week, but I really end up liking the versatility that you get when you go. You get 2 running backs in the first 3 or 4 rounds. Like
101 also, I think, is the best position I have found. Like, I feel like we always love the 101 team. You know, it's like it just like the way the draft falls. You kind of that's where like the end of tiers seems to just land, in my opinion. So. I'm happy with my team. And
there's just so much value at the end of wide receiver. And Robert Woods and Kenny Galladay in a PPR league, like I'm totally happy with.
Yeah. A 4th and 5th round picks. I'm great with those as my top 2 wide receivers.
All right. Recap round 5. We had Kenny Galladay, Will Fuller, Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, Kyler Murray, DJ Moore, Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, Deontay Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Myles Gaskin, and to cap the round 5, Tyler Lockett.
Jamar Chase just went off the board.
I can put them there. I thought about it, but
first rookie wide receiver.
I think it's something I need to work on. But I always end up if I don't take Kelsey early or Kittle early, I always find myself right in this range, looking at the running backs available and wide receivers available, and going ugh, and then just drafting a tight end. And I that might be something I need to work on, identifying better wide receiver values here in these middle rounds. But there's just like huge clumps of players that I'm all right with, like nobody that's really standing out to me. So I thought Mark Andrews was the pick for me there. But
I love that pick, Simon. You know me, I've been getting Mark Andrews in pretty much like every draft I'm in.
And you know me, I'm not a big Mark Andrews fan. I'm not a big Baltimore passing offense fan at all. I've been staying away hands off, but
the wide receiver variance is going to be high. So like get Hawk, get Andrew in these middle rounds, and it just gives you like a tiniest bit of an edge. I don't think it's like an edge that's going to give you the league, but it's just enough that like really those guys are probably going to be equivalent to a lot of these wide receivers going here.
Scott, I thought about grabbing Hawk there just after you said it. I thought about doing it. I was like, nah, I can't. That wouldn't even be true to me. I gotta shy away from that.
His mock poem.
Ode to Hawk and the mock.
Ode to Hawk. Yeah.
I love the smell of his sock.
Yeah.
Dave says he loves Teddy as a person, but he just ain't it there in Carolina. No,
I agree with that.
I was really, really hoping. I've said this on stream before for like the story, the PJ Walker story.
I know.
I wanted that. I wanted him to come in and just light it up and be like this, like comeback story from the XFL into the NFL, and now he's a superstar. And he ain't it either.
I think I still have him in 2 or 3 dynasty leagues, just like Superflex dynasty leagues, where I'm just like crossing my fingers, like maybe it happens. I'll probably end up cutting him pretty soon, though.
Anthony wants us to do a episode of tiers where we tier furniture. I feel like we could get heated over some furniture.
You idiots are gonna have some stupid furniture take.
Dale, you're the one who consistently has stupid takes. We'll probably agree on the best furniture. Recliners, probably the 101.
We both know you guys are both idiots, and you're going to both somehow ruin this furniture take.
Adirondack chair, 101.
Scott, I don't know if you've watched us do tiers before, but it can get rather violent. Whenever we do tiers, we usually do one football related one. Like we'll do dynasty wide receivers, throw them into tiers, the top 20, and then afterwards we'll do, like this past week we did lunchbox snacks. Like childhood lunchbox snacks. We made a tier list from S to F of our favorite lunchbox snacks, and it gets gets aggressive because JL down there has got some doo-doo takes on just about everything.
Oh no, that sounds terrible. Is it because he grew up in the same area I did and he had a lot of the same foods I did, or like?
Yeah,
that's probably what it is. Whatever that area is, it's just really shitty.
If you're gonna side with JL, I'm gonna rescind any invitation I was about to give to show up on Cheers.
I don't know what the takes are. I have to know the takes before I can say they're good.
Scott probably knows exactly where my school is, where I went to elementary and middle school.
Where'd you go?
Rosa Parks.
Oh yeah, I know exactly where that is.
And I went to St. Peter's in elementary.
Sounds lame.
Private. It was terrible. It was awful. But Rosa Parks
is not lame, but you know.
No, Rosa Parks. Yeah.
Well, no, not the
person is wonderful.
No, just because JL went there. Not
getting canceled. Rosa Parks is trending.
Someone clip that.
With my Black Lives Matter hat on, you can clip me saying Rosa Parks is lame. No, Rosa Parks was a dope school. I was like,
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who to pick.
Brady says the ADP for the 2020 rookie wide receivers is messed up. Higgins, Claypool, Ayuk, Judy. Yeah, I'm sure as the offseason progresses, there will be some corrections in ADP. But right now, if you're looking a little ahead, you can get a deal on some of these guys. It slowly started creeping back up.
No.
I remember when we first started doing these. You took Kenyon Drake.
It's okay. You know, the backup on the
Kenyon
Raiders is going to be great.
Nailed the delivery, Josh. Nailed the delivery.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. I can't spin this.
What are you saying, man? What's going on? What does that mean?
Oh wait, I'll turn off auto pick. No, I wish I didn't pick him. I was pressing on another name, but it was too late. Obviously, I took too long. This is what This is what happens. It's all good. It's a mock draft, so I'm still got a better team than all you guys. So
all right, I'm gonna recap round 6. We had Cortland Allen, Mark Andrews,
Cortland Allen.
Chase. Gosh dang it!
Every time, JL.
Why can't I do it? It's God. I hope he's watching.
Cortland Allen, yeah,
Allen?
The host of Indie Hackers is watching our podcast right now, or our live stream.
I emailed him once about Front Yard Fantasy as a business, and I was trying to explain to him like the nuance of fantasy sports, fantasy football, and you could tell he was just like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Did you call him Cortland Sutton in the
email? Cortland Sutton. That's a joke. I always mix you up. Sorry, Cortland Sutton, Mark Andrews, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Lamar Jackson, DJ Shark, Dak Prescott at the 6'7", TJ Hawkinson, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Whittle,
Jaden,
Ronald Jones, Russell Wilson, and Chase Claypool.
I was happy to get Chase Claypool there.
Well, good for you.
I was.
Hey, how about that?
I actually am.
Hey, how about that?
I actually am. I think he's going to have a good year.
I'm happy you drafted him there as well. Dave says our lunchbox.
My question is, what wide receiver would you rather have?
Between Claypool and who?
Anyone left.
I'm
actually wondering.
Which way did it go?
Ayuk.
Yeah, I would take Ayuk over Claypool.
I actually would rather have Deebo Samuel over Ayuk.
That's fair.
Yeah,
there's a lot of uncertainty with Ayuk. We are extrapolating a lot from.
And I guess, I'm thinking about Chase Claypool. I guess my mind's always going a little bit more dynasty than redraft.
I do the same.
In redraft, he's a little bit devalued. So yeah, okay. But I still am fine with him here.
I mean,
him and Kenyon Drake.
Better than mine anymore, but okay.
What's up?
Nothing.
Ben can't throw the ball.
Oh man,
we didn't really talk much about Juju re-signing last week. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. It happened, and I would have loved to have seen him somewhere else. That's it. Like I just would have, and I don't think it would have increased his value any. I just would have liked to have seen him in a different place. Yeah. So because I'll be selfish, but I like Deontay Johnson. So it's because of I know that he's the slot receiver. There's different areas of the field. They're not going to get all like this. Sometimes we don't understand how football works. There's schemes that are used, and they target different areas of the field, and different players are going to be in those areas. So they have a new guy in Juju's spot who would go in those areas.
They don't just do the backyard football thing where you just say, "All right, you're going to do the just go, just try and get open."
Well, I mean, Fitzmagic does that, but nobody else.
He draws the routes on the ball like
he's
like
just
your uncle.
you do this button hook wiggly thing and then go to the zone, So I'm sure that's what he's saying. No, I mean, all jokes aside, but that's mostly what I do is jokes. But no, I don't know. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that that Baltimore and Chiefs couldn't lure him away. Like, staying with the Steelers was more enticing to him. I think that was the biggest surprise to me. I knew it was a possibility, but I didn't think it was probable.
Did you see what Adam Schefter wrote about like the lens through which he crafted the tale of Juju's return to the Pittsburgh Steelers? He said he just wanted to be with the fans. He just loved the Pittsburgh so much.
Well, wasn't he texting his teammates like, "Yo,
that's the most unbelievable take I've ever heard too, because have you met Pittsburgh fans?
I know. I know. I do. I know them. Yeah. As a Marylander, I've met one of my friends is one.
Good.
There's a lot of them here. I feel like they come down here just to yell at people.
No, here's the thing. They think the Baltimore fans are the same exact way. Like if you talk to a Pittsburgh fan. So
I agree.
I'm
not
annoying.
a Baltimore fan either, and I grew up a Washington football team fan when they were called the Redskins. I'm not a fan of it either. In 2014, I quit. Never been back. Never,
We're on the same journey. We're on the same journey, Scott.
I am living my best life, loving everybody, loving players, loving data, loving DFS,
I'm a free agent,
loving money.
Yeah.
So
free agent fan.
Yes, exactly. And this is what I like to do. Honestly, I like to go into games and just watch and see what happened, and then just let my emotions go wherever they like. Oh, I want them to win. I didn't know that. Like, it makes me happy to watch football every Sunday for like 12 hours.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just attached to players. Like that's how it goes. So like when a lot of them, like you had Nuke and Deshaun, DJ Reader, all on the same team. It was like, okay, I'm sort of a Texans fan, but now like if Deshaun's not there,
Scott.
Yeah, no, I'm surveying the remains, honestly.
The remains.
Anthony says Juju's just a 1-year deal. It's good for his value. Deontay is a great buy low in Dynasty right now with Juju re-signing. That's probably a great point. This will be a lower point in his value than whenever Juju leaves. This might be the last chance to buy in on Deontay Johnson for a reasonable price.
Did somebody already
or Chase Claypool?
Yeah. Did you ask if somebody already drafted Deontay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the 5th round.
Oh, son of a.
That always happens to me on these mocks because we're talking and I missed one and I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm like, where is he?
And then I feel stupid bringing it up because it's like, oh, like stupid JL. Why would he even be here at this late?
I know. I couldn't. I'm looking on my computer, but I'm still trying to talk and follow.
Yeah. It's a tough process sometimes.
Oh, he was right before Juju. Okay, because I saw Juju and then I didn't see. See, that's the thing. I would draft Deontay Johnson number 1 out of all the Pittsburgh wide receivers. Easy. I advocated for it last year in wide receiver 2 theory. He was one of my linchpins of the theory. So, this is the cool thing. If you would have drafted Juju last year at his price and you drafted Deontay Johnson at his price, you got a value because Juju finished like 5 points ahead of him. But the ADP, that 2-round ADP, or 3-round ADP, that's how you win. That's like it's like a margin call. You get that margin, right. You're getting that value, and just you build that little value each wide receiver. I'm a wide receiver guy. That's why you could tell me. But I do love going running back. My first 4 picks normally in any redraft big money league are 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. That's what I always do, and it just depends on who is there. I mean, if Kelsey's there, wow, I'll get Kelsey, but he's never there. He's always gone like the 2-0, 2-1 or 2 in the second round, so he's always gone.
That's me. If I'm drafting at the back of the first, I'm always taking Kelsey in the second if he's there.
Yeah. In small leagues, I definitely prioritize. And I feel like anytime it's like a even 10 to 12 person league or 12 person league, 10 I might consider it, but like 12 person or more, I'm usually never getting Kelsey.
Sully's got an upset alert for us. I believe this is in the women's tournament, but Wright State, what are they, a 13 seed over Arkansas, the 4 seed in the women's NCAA tournament. The women's tournament, I don't know if you guys have followed it in recent years, but it used to be you could make a pretty solid bracket just going chalk in the women's tournament, putting the 4-1 seeds in the finals. But the parity in the women's game in college basketball has gone through the roof in the past 3-4 years. It's a completely different game out there watching it now. It's fun to watch. And you get double the March Madness. You just got to turn on those games.
Never have too much March Madness.
Nope.
Tyler said he's also Debo over Ayuk a little while ago.
Yeah.
I still don't know where I land on that one. I'm just, all it does is makes me uncertain about all of the pass catching options there as far as like what exactly their role will be.
I think you're right to feel that way. I think that's like the accurate way to think about it. I think if you're overconfident on either one, you're probably overfitting.
But that may mean I miss out on all of them.
Or I just
draft whichever one is available later, whichever one's the better value.
That's true. It's a bet at that point, right? All right, I'm going to recap. Go ahead.
Real fast to the Juju discussion. I was thinking about this because everyone's kind of like crazy surprised that Juju resigned. I'm surprised too. Don't get me wrong. I've heard a lot of people say this already, and I think it is part of the salary cap issue. The salary cap was reduced. He was looking for a solid deal with a team he knew and was comfortable with, and he knew he could put up some stats with, and maybe have a very similar season that he did this year, but then next year come back and get his really big contract he's looking for once the salary cap goes up. And I think that's kind of his
interesting angle, Josh. I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah. So we've seen a lot of one-year contracts this year, and I think that's why.
You want to hear some breaking news, guys?
Yes.
Always.
I just got an NBA Top Shot pack. This very
second. You're gonna open it right now?
Watch out!
I just got it. It's crazy.
Wait, can we do solo and you open it?
I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna open it on my podcast tonight.
Son of a! I know.
I know. I'm
selfish
sorry.
Man.
JL, I should be getting one for the first time ever. I've gotten in line for every single one. I am currently 29,000th in line, but I was 54 when they started. I believe there's 67,000 packs, and I'm finally going to get one.
I love it. Can we go in on it?
No, it's mine.
I just want to be included.
Okay, then get your own damn Top Shot account.
Apparently you can't.
Sorry, I just got really protected.
I will do this. I will send you one of these Top Shots. I promise I will. So I haven't opened them yet, but after
I take back everything I said about you being a selfish son of a gun.
I will send one to you because they've been so hard to get. Like I've been the same thing. I've been in every single pack drop and I've never gotten one. This is the first one ever. I tweet out every time, hey, I'm going to go get kicked in the nuts again. I'm going to go NBA Top Shot. And then I get kicked in the nuts. And I know
the weekend where they did 3 days in a row was day. Like that one was by the third one. It was just a punch in the stomach. It was like a sick joke. Like I was like 180,000th in line the first day. And I was like, can't get worse. And it got worse every day. Every day I was further back in line.
I was at that on the Saturday one. This is what makes me so upset. The Saturday one. I was on the edge. There was like 100 packs left. They're like, there's 100 packs left. You're 102 or 100.
Oh my God.
And then no. And so that was that Friday. I got like a million, didn't even get in. And then Saturday I sweated it, didn't get in. And then Sunday I was like, why aren't I going to be, this is how they should do it. If they have all of our data, because we're all in there, our accounts are there, we have accounts, they should know who signed up for the drop and who didn't get it. And then the next drop, all of those people should be the first ones to get the drop. And it's just easy. But you know what? They're not. They're trying to make money. Son of a gun, capitalism.
Those weirdos. I don't know. Crazy.
Look at this asshole coming in the chat, Jay, saying this is his first try ever, and he got one.
Wow.
FYI fan.
Well, I haven't even tried once, and I'm about to get one. So.
No, you're gonna get a moment. He's gonna give you like his DiVincenzo layup.
What if he gets one of those like the Pokemon packs? It's all holographic cards, just like the best pack ever, the one in a billion.
That'd be great. I would let you pick anyone you wanted.
You'd be like, hey, remember that thing I said about giving you the Top Shot moment? Yeah, I can't do that.
It's over.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get all these.
Here's the thing. I saw. I think it was John Proctor from Fantasy Points selling some of his Top Shots today. He's like, I'm just kind of moving out of the market, and I went to his page and looked at the pricing of all his Top Shots. There's $8,000 there, you know what I mean, or something. You're just like, holy moly! And he's like, I'm just cashing out. I gotta get out.
You know what I was realizing this weekend is the Washington football team, commonly abbreviated as WFT, is the worst acronym now. It already was bad because every single time I see it, I think WTF. But now with NFTs, it's doubly confusing. And every time I see it, I think someone's talking about NFTs. And I never know they're talking about the Washington football team.
Well, they're going to be good this year. So we're going to have to get used to, good relatively in their division. Good meaning they probably will win more than 500 games. That's my prediction of what good means.
Division leaders.
Yeah. Well, them and the Cowgirls, I think, are the as we call them here in the area. Listen, I'm not a Washington football fan, but I will trigger.
Of course, you disparage. Yeah, I still disparage.
I've talked to
Duke.
plenty of Washington football fans. They all say it.
I still disparage fans, even though Maryland and Duke aren't in the same division anymore.
I will tell you, right? Well, you know what? Because Maryland, I went to Maryland in 2002 when we won the national championship, and I stormed the court when we beat Duke at Cole, and I slept outside on the ground with two pillows because I'm not an idiot.
In the double overtime game?
No. I went to that game the year before in 2000. That was 2001 when we lost. I
remember those games.
I was about to storm the court. I was on.
My brother played for Maryland at that time. So
are you serious?
Yeah, 1999, 2000, and I think he was there 2001, but I can't remember because he stopped playing football like junior year or something.
Dude, that's awesome. No, that was my jam. And when we did win, I ran on the court in 2002 at home. And, pushed Duke players and ran around like a crazy person. And there's a picture of me on the Washington Post. I'll show it I'll find it and take a picture of it where I'm just like,
so, on the Washington Post.
On the Washington, they took the post.
Awesome.
And they put
Wait,
me
I
on
gotta
it.
hold on. I think I have a plaque from I can't remember the year, but I've told the story before. My dad accidentally at a silent auction paid $1,000 for Maryland Duke tickets.
Oh wow!
And we ended up going, and it ended up being like the most amazing games, double overtime. And Maryland pulled out the win, and it was in the Post, and my dad got it like framed or whatever with our tickets.
That's awesome.
I wonder, I don't remember what year it was, but I think it's in my closet. I'm gonna check.
How funny would it be if you had a framed picture of Scott in your closet?
Well, no, because this one wasn't a double overtime game. This was one we crushed them like 83-67. It was the year we won the national championship. Beautiful. And it was perfect. Okay, I think I have to draft now, and I'm going to get running backs earlier. That's the thing I've learned from this lesson. This is a terrible situation here.
It's looking pretty hot there with Melvin Gordon and Leonard Fournette.
It's not.
Listen up. That's what we learned. I feel like earlier on when we started doing these mock drafts, like the one rule, I was like, man, I am taking a running back, probably 2 in the first 3 rounds, like every time now that we do these mock drafts.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ugly real fast.
I overcorrected this time. You guys know how I like to draft as well. I generally like to take 1 early and then I go wide receiver. Wide receiver heavy from like 2 to 6 is usually where I go, and I changed it up this time. And I hate my team. I'm very uncomfortable with the way my team looks.
It looks like Simon and Scott could make a trade. Maybe.
I'm not happy about this.
No.
Guys, if you are enjoying this mock draft, you want to check out our other mock draft videos or some of the other games we're playing, please subscribe to us on YouTube. We are there at Front Yard Fantasy.
That's not good.
And you got
meatball
let him redo it. Never mind.
I deserve it. No. I deserve it. You time out. You get what you get.
It happened to me
early.
Yeah, I had Drake. I got Drake 2 rounds earlier.
I'll take Drake over Gurley.
Totally fine.
I don't know. Not 2 rounds earlier though. I'd rather have Gurley 2 rounds later.
You know what? I deserve it. I faded Todd Gurley last year appropriately, like we all should have faded him.
Yeah.
And I was very pleased I did that. This year, I'm not just fading him; I'm erasing him. I don't. Todd Gurley in the 10th round. Is that what I got? That's terrible. It's the worst pick of my team.
It's too early.
Way too early.
Scott, Dave is impressed. He looked it up. You remembered the exact score. That's awesome.
I slept outside. Listen. I waited. This is how it works for Maryland Duke back in 2002. You had to wait in line overnight to get your ticket to go to go up to the student union and to go, here's my ID, and then to go, here's your free ticket. So my sister, who was a Terp as well, she went down a couple days before, a month before, whenever they gave us the tickets. She got my ticket for me. She slept down there. And so at the day of the game, though, we slept because we just wanted to get into the student section. The whole student section was packed from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. when they started the game, and we were crazy. We were
freaking awesome,
chanting and going nuts, and we knew we were going to win that game because when they came out, we started crushing Boozer. We started, going at Battier's mom. We were vicious. I was like, I feel like we are really engaged in group bullying right now, but I love it. We're cussing at them and stuff. Like it was a unison of hate, and so that was a great game.
I don't usually condone that, but Duke is just asking for it.
I mean,
all the time. He's just begging to be bullied.
Yeah, he bullies everybody else.
That's what I'm saying. It's less about how he looks and more about what he does.
Except for Jim Valvano, who like him and Dean Smith would come over and visit every day in the hospital. It was like the most heartwarming. I know the stories of Coach K. I know he's not a terrible person, but as a Maryland alum, he represents pure evil in basketball.
Yeah, I was if you stumbled along pure evil, I would have been like pure evil.
Yeah, pure evil in basketball form. Just watching him manipulate the refs was a masterclass of evil. It bothered me so much as a human who doesn't like being manipulated. I was like, you're refs, and they wouldn't be manipulated by anybody but Coach K. Gary Williams would be sweating through his shirt. He would be just like, they would be like, nah, man, I didn't see when that Duke player fell down and no one touched him at all. I didn't see that. I was crazy. That's what they like to do. The Duke players just like to fall down, So
they're just getting NBA ready.
Yeah,
they're taught.
The way
you're coaching.
The way you used to get tickets for Maryland games, our freshman and sophomore year at Clemson was how we got Clemson football tickets, and those are some of my favorite memories ever. They eventually switched to an online lottery, which just like took the fun out of it. Like people would camp out, like for the Clemson South Carolina games or the Clemson UGA games while I was in school. People would camp out for weeks. Like truly, they would set up tents, and we would have Google Sheets scheduled where like at least 2 people had to be manning the tent at all time. And you'd get these big groups like in camps living on the sidewalk for weeks leading up to ticket distribution. And it just was so awesome. Like that made it so much more fun to get a ticket.
That Georgia game, I think that was your favorite game of our college career too, right, Simon?
Besides the Notre Dame monsoon night game.
Oh my God, I hated that.
That was the most emotionally happy and physically miserable I've ever been at the same time. It was a roller coaster of emotions, and I think the whole school had pneumonia the next day.
I got walked like 3 or 4 miles back to my house in the pouring rain by myself. No one would pick me up, and then I didn't have my keys, so I was locked out of my apartment for like 3 more hours. It was like the worst night.
Scott, it was flooded to the point where like people were stranded in downtown Clemson because there was like a foot of water rushing through the streets after the game ended. Like I got muddy walking through the intramural field and then was not covered in mud by the time I got home because I literally had to walk through like a swimming pool to get home. Dave wants to know, to JL just say you got meatballed.
He's got meatball knees.
I hope you got meatballed. Whenever you draft Todd Gurley, you got meatballed.
Yeah, you got meatballed. We'll see.
That's definitely my new thing.
Or is that what we say when he scores during the season? Like every time Todd Gurley
That's just going to be my new saying. I'm going to turn that into a thing. It's going to be a shirt.
Todd Gurley will have a game this year where he scores 2 touchdowns. He runs 7 carries for 8 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 reception for -1 yard. And you're like, oh, he's still outscored my guy. So
meatballed.
That's called good meatball. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I haven't recapped in a while. I don't think it's
look at that tight end run right there.
That's a lot of tight ends.
Well, mine timed out because I would have gone to Irv Smith. I was just talking. So
you got to unselect. You got to unselect auto draft right there. It'll keep auto drafting for you.
Oh, that's what's going on. Yeah, I don't even know where that is on the.
But Zach Ertz could become something.
Oh, yeah. You got to do it on your phone, Scott.
No, I changed it on my browser too.
How do you do it on your browser? I feel like I never could figure it out.
It was over on the side. It said auto pick.
They're making updates.
Wow.
I know. Well, no, but it's okay. This is the thing. I love talking, and so getting to talk to people about football is like, if my team sucks and people roast me, that's okay. That's okay. I hope they roast me. I like it.
They do.
I wish I could use that as an excuse because I end up talking and I look at that on my team. I'm like, wait, what happened?
I definitely thought you were going to turn that into, I wish I could say that, but my team's just too good.
Hey, no,
they never roast me.
I do still wish I did not take Drake in the first pick of the 7th round.
Yeah.
Simon, I was looking at your dynasty team this weekend, and
you had to have some private time while looking over the roster.
What happened?
What do you mean? The team that was last place and now is just a behemoth?
Your team is insane. It's stacked, and I don't understand. You finished like fourth to last or something.
The previous year?
This year, I thought.
Are you talking about the league I'm in?
Which league?
Yeah, Backyard Football League.
I won that league.
You won that this year?
Yep.
Oh, well,
I was the champion. so your math checks out, JL.
But the year before you were.
Oh yeah, the year before I was bottom of the barrel. I was just clawing, trying to make my way into like a decent team.
You got Cam Akers, Swift. I don't even remember the moves you made to get.
I traded a lot during the draft. I traded Amari Cooper basically straight up for Cam Akers and Sterling Shepard, or the pick that became Cam Akers, and then Sterling Shepard on top of it. So that's where I got Cam Akers. I traded something else for Antonio Gibson during the draft, and then I
son of a gun
up and grabbed DeAndre Swift.
That was me. You got Antonio Gibson off of me.
Yeah, because he knew I was going to take him.
I loved I loved this running back class, and I wanted as many pieces as possible in that draft. And draft day trades are just exciting.
They are.
Yeah, I traded you that. I think I got. I don't even remember. I think I got like a third round pick,
cucumber,
and a second round pick this up and coming year that I traded, if I remember correctly.
Eagles picked up Joe Flacco. Man, Eric's not here for his elite
Joe Flacco truther.
Simon, remember when you visited me here in Baltimore?
Oh my God,
we're at the bar. And
it was unreal. It was truly an unreal experience for me because I've always heard about the Baltimore fans that like swear that Joe Flacco is among the elite, like that will fight you that Joe Flacco is better than Tom Brady, right?
Wasn't he wearing a Flacco elite shirt?
He was wearing a Flacco elite shirt, and I like cracked a joke at the bar, like Flacco's really the GOAT, right? And
he wore that for that reason. He was
absolutely. He was like, yes, Joe Flacco's the greatest quarterback that's ever played in the NFL, and he was 100% serious.
Dead ass.
Dead ass serious. I was like, this is a surreal moment where this stereotype.
There are guys like that.
True.
There's way too many. It's disgusting.
In every fan base, there's just a group of people who you wonder where they're getting their information from. Like, do they just like plug right into the guys yelling on sports radio, and they're like, "This is where
yeah." Here we got Chris Cooley. He's the guy.
Yeah,
they're not getting their information from anywhere. That's the thing. They are literally just making up in their own head. They're having emotional responses to everything. So that's what's going on. I'm almost positive.
No one does that on Twitter.
No.
Yeah.
I love it because you will never see me. You'll see me making fun of teams, players, everybody, or like being like, I love this move and all this, but you'll never see me upset at a team necessarily, except for the football team. I'll try Snyder. I'll try Snyder for all the bad things. He's terrible.
Dan Snyder sucks.
I hate him more than I hate Coach K, by the way. I don't hate Coach K.
I do too.
Yeah, I hate
him. He is a bag of poop.
I missed it.
Dan Snyder.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Pretty much you can just always assume when someone's just saying that much vitriol towards someone that they're
Dan Snyder.
There's a good chance it's Dan Snyder.
Well, he would charge $10 a water bottle. I would sneak water. You know how people try to sneak beers into the stadium? I would sneak water bottles in. I would I got my Dasani between my balls. I got my other one in the back of my. I'm like, what are we doing for water? I don't have $30 to stay hydrated. As the sun kills me.
I just imagine you trip and fall and just like a water balloon, you just pop and all the water goes everywhere.
I tied it I tied it to my belt loop and hung them from the inside of my shorts.
Scott, have you ever watched Nathan For You? Do you know the show?
I love that show.
You?
No, I need to check it out.
It's like this guy, and I'm gonna try. It's like a Business Impossible, wherever he goes in to save businesses, but all of his ideas are terrible, and he convinces people to do them anyways.
That's
some of them are good. Josh, I'm trying to give a quick synopsis.
No. But listen, there are good ideas, just ridiculously outrageous that you would never consider actually doing. Like there is a concept that makes sense behind the idea, right? But they're idiotic.
They're outrageous. There's one where he wants to sell chili inside of hockey games, so he makes like a chili suit, like to wear under their clothes, where he can funnel it out of his sleeve. So he's wearing hot chili bags under his clothes and then serving it from a hose in his sleeve to people in the stands.
Chili.
And it's disgusting, but that's not even
like Pittsburgh to me.
You should check that. You should check that show out.
I love Pittsburgh, by the way.
I think one of his most famous ones. His most famous ones was Dumb Starbucks. He just went to a coffee shop and he's like, I know how to make this coffee shop better. And he added a little tiniest lettering you could do, dumb, to top of it, and they changed their name to Dumb Starbucks.
And it's a parody.
It actually got protected under parody law.
Yes.
He has a couple who hated Starbucks by the Starbucks because they're like, now it's Dumb Starbucks.
That reminds me of Coming to America, the McDowell's. He just changes one little thing of everything.
Yes.
Have you guys seen the second one? I've not.
Yeah.
I rewatched the first one recently. But
it's worth it. Yeah.
Okay.
I know everyone hates on sequels.
Right.
But I feel like sequels do it right if they throw back to the first one enough, and this one was full throw recall to the original jokes.
So the royal penis gets cleaned and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So if you like the first one, at least you'll be like, oh my god, I remember that from the first one. You know,
right?
these like little things, from the first one, not like just the
I
characters.
loved it. Like the first one is just a cinematic masterpiece.
It's so
particularly
good.
the barbershop scenes. I die every single time.
Eddie Murphy as the Jewish guy kills me.
Just oh man, I could. It's perfect, and I loved it. I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid too, so I snuck it. And
somebody tried to tell me over the weekend that they didn't like in movies when the same actor played more than one character, and I was like, Coming to America. I was like, you're like, we can just end the conversation with one right here. Like that is a master class in how one character can play more than one person.
Dr. Doolittle?
I like Austin Powers.
Oh no, Nutty Professor. I think
Austin Powers is my favorite movie out of those.
Austin Powers,
or movies. I like
Coming to America more than Austin Powers.
Dave says he would so buy a coffee from Dumb Starbucks. But Scott, if you haven't seen Nathan For You, I feel like that would be right up your alley humor wise. It's freaking hilarious.
See, you got some music really suggestions. You got TV or movie suggestions. I don't know what that show is, or if it's a show or movie, but this is why you come here, Scott. Every Monday.
I love it. Apparently we're just going to have a standing date, and I'm down with it. We can talk, off air for sure.
I've seen how you do dates. I've seen how you do Valentine dates, so I'm excited to experience it.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Oh no,
we're getting kicked off YouTube, boys. Let's get one.
I thought I was the hairiest guy on this, but
no, that's Tim.
Here. We'll I'll let you guys see. I've got the Fitzmagic patches going on.
Oh man, we gotta have Scott on Friday with him.
We might have to get you on our OnlyFans. We usually don't have guests on there, but you can make a guest appearance.
You can be the first.
The DMs when I did that picture, I got a dude from Minnesota who I tweeted out who's just like, I want to do stuff to you. And I was like, hey man, I'm okay with the girls saying hello and hi, but not that.
You know what? It's a
now,
compliment.
If you want fantasy football advice, feel free to ask.
But if you want to know who's tight end, you should start this week.
Not mine. Tight end. Not my tight end.
I get it.
He just wanted to play some bottom golf. That's the game of the Front Yard Fantasy stream is bottom golf.
Yes.
Guys, that was a good draft. Swamp seemed like he liked his team a lot. We will do a recap for this draft. Make sure everyone knows how it went. I know Jail's making a face at me. I've been slacking on those videos, but we're gonna get it. I'm promising on this one. I will drown myself in a bathtub again if we don't get that video out this week.
Again? How did you survive if you
Scott, my mom has forbid me from paying out water beds in the bathtub because I was going to pay out a water bet and I wanted to like up the game a little bit because they always like told me I was being a wimp for just turning the shower on stream. So I pretended
quickly turn it off.
I pretended like that's what I was gonna do, but I had the bathtub pre-filled and I pointed the camera down and I fully submerged myself in the bathtub. But then on the way back out,
he went head to the faucet side, like he went like backwards in the tub.
Oh no!
And then on the way back out, I slammed my head against the faucet, and I thought I was fine. Then all of a sudden, I like look into the camera and I am bleeding. Like,
is this live?
Yeah, it was live.
No one was home. Yeah.
Yeah, I was home alone. I was just sitting there thinking, like,
tweet. I clipped it and put it in a tweet. I'll send it to you.
It was funny.
A great day. There's so much content coming out.
I know, right?
I can't wait to consume all the stuff we talked about on the show. So, did you get stitches or anything? Were you okay?
I was good. It just bled a lot. Heads bleed. So it looked scarier than it was. But it could have been. I was just sitting there thinking, like, what if I had knocked myself out and my friends had to sit there and watch me drowned on live stream? That would have been.
What's the 911 for Texas?
Yeehaw 11.
Yeehaw.
911. What's your emergency?
You just gotta call. You gotta call Ted Cruz directly and hope he's not in Cancun. Otherwise, Ted Cruz is the only one that can save Texas. We all know that. So,
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think he has to do some kind of like Christ-like sacrifice, cut his mullet off or something. You know what I mean? Like
shave his mustache to bring back a Texas.
His powers leave when his mullet gets cut off, and then
not again,
right? Everybody who's ever been in a room with Ted Cruz, as he comes into him, goes, "Not again,
not again."
Here we go. Here we go.
Scott, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. It's been awesome having you on. Long time coming, and I'm glad we finally got to do it. Hopefully it happens again soon.
First time, not the last time.
First time, not the last time. Guys, if you do not follow Scott already, please go follow him at Nimble W Numbers, Nimble with numbers, and check out his website as well. It's the same as his Twitter handle, nimblewnumbers.com. You can find all of his content over there. He can help make you some big bucks playing DFS and also just wildly entertain you.
And your Monday show is excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got this Monday show. That's great.
Tonight we're doing the Fantasy Millionaires 10 o'clock on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be periscoping and YouTube, and we're going to talk about some of the wild stuff that's happening in Miami. Not even sports related, just like Miami is wild right now.
Yeah,
it's lit. So we're gonna just kind of bring the World Star Hip Hop to talk about
Star Hip Hop.
World Star
Fantasy World Star Hip Hop. You know what? I didn't realize that's exactly what our community needs. We need a World Star Hip Hop specifically for our community.
Describe your stream, World Star.
Mostly Steffi Smalls and Linda and Cooterdoodle just like being
Doing
like
crazy
how
stuff.
drunk were they that night? You know, cutting Pop-Tarts in half and shit. You know,
I honestly, like, whenever any of them put something out, I'm like, oh, here we go, let's do it.
Yep.
It's like,
I love
can't wait
every
for this
time.
video.
It's awesome.
Thank you, Dave. Glad you like the show. Jason's great show as always. Scott fits right in, and Dave throwing a World Star all the way before he jumps off. Scott, before we do jump off, we've gone a little bit over. Anything you want to say? Any final words? Anything you want to plug? Insults you want to throw?
I'm just going to say, I love you guys. Appreciate you having me on. This has been super cool. And I like to be able to, like JL did earlier, and when he called me on the phone, actually talk to people face to face or be able to hear their voice. Texting is one thing. We're captured by those tweets that we're in. Yeah. And that's but Clubhouse, check out Clubhouse and join JL's group. If you have not, it's already over 1,000. It's awesome. And I got it is the place to be. And I've got my club on there. The Fantasy Millionaires are on there as well. And Nimble W Numbers team with Bo McBig Time. We're on there. And we have a show on Friday nights at 11 p.m. as well. So I do a little Sunday. Let's reset that. I do a little Monday and then Friday. And then this week, I'm starting a new podcast with Matt McCoy called the Fantasy Football Hot Stove. We got Ian Hartitz coming on. Next week, we've got Cooterdoodle. After that, we've got JJ and Matt Harmon. So we're so excited. We're just going to talk everything we're talking about kind of here now, what's going on with signings and what impact is on the fantasy landscape. So check us out, man. We're excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, we loved having JJ on to play Quiplash. We got to have you, JJ, and Denny Carter on all to play Quiplash. That's my dream.
God.
You know what? I will, if you get Denny, or when you get JJ,
I'll get Denny. Denny doesn't. Denny's not gonna answer.
I'll get Denny. You know, I'll get him. You get JJ.
I can get JJ.
Yeah. And I'll be here
and
waiting. Okay, break. Josh, I know you got something to say before we jump.
Just a little thing. Trading makes fantasy fun. Remember, people. Keep it in mind. Get those trades out there. Love it. Love you guys. Love you, Scott. Love you, JL. Love you, Simon. Love you, everyone in chat. Jay, Dave, Jason. I'm just reading names right now, but love you guys.
And I think Jay loves himself a little bit. He said, whoever gave Scott a Clubhouse invite is a fantastic human. Again, I don't know for sure.
It was G-Man J.
I'm assuming it was G-Man J.
Whoever told G-Man J about Clubhouse is a even better human. Simon.
Probably a horrible person.
Marco.
Okay, guys, that's it for us today. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. JL is going to continue his Fantasy Football Clubhouse takeover. Will he be the dictator of Clubhouse by the end of the month? Tune in next time to find out. We'll be back tomorrow. Adios, everybody.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's JL.